Yeah, you mentioned lawyers. We saw Joe Tacopina walk in, and here is the former president. There he is.
President Trump, will you come speak to us, President Trump?
Oh, that was just
We should all know by now that the Trump arraignment is a fraud and a smokescreen distraction from our collapsing financial system, with BRICS nations strategically, methodically decoupling from the US dollar. And why do we know it's a fraud and a diversion? Because no president has ever been arraigned for being a war criminal or aligning with the Federal Reserve and the IRS to economically terrorize Americans through debt slavery. But somehow they're going to drag Trump into court for paying off a porn star? That makes a lot of sense. Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. We've got more coming up for you, so stay tuned. I want to thank Noble Gold for sponsoring today's video. Most Americans don't own sound money. Sound money is defined by the Constitution as gold and silver. It's been accepted as sound money for over 5,000 years. And even though it's been artificially suppressed by the international banking cartel, it was the best performing investment class for 2022. In that year, the S&P was down 20%, the Dow was down 10%, and Bitcoin was down over 65%. Gold and silver outperformed them all. Open a gold or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and get this quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle for free with every qualified IRA of $50K or more. With thousands of five-star reviews, there's a lot of happy people who are glad they went with Noble Gold. Check them out with my link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to today's video. A judge presiding over Donald Trump's arraignment in a Manhattan courthouse Tuesday afternoon has denied a request from several media outlets to allow cameras to cover live courtroom proceedings. New York Supreme Court Judge Juan Merchan said the court would allow, quote, a limited number of videographers, photographers, and radio journalists to be present, but denied the motion to allow photos or live video during the court session. However, 5 pool photographers will be allowed to take pictures for several minutes before the hearing begins. In his ruling, Judge Merchan said that he considered, quote, all relevant factors, which include whether the camera coverage would interfere with the fair administration of justice, with law enforcement activities, the objections of the defendant, and limitations related to the physical structure of the courtroom, but ultimately denied the motion. Again, this is all just political theater and the further weaponization of the media and the uniparty system as they all work together to hide the advancement of the central bank's digital surveillance currency, the CBDC. In other news, why a company would voluntarily alienate a massive chunk of its targeted demographic in order to play patty cake with the current trend of instability is beyond me. Bud Light says their pact with trans activist Dylan Mulvaney helps, quote, authentically connect with audiences. Authentically connect with what is the question? Anheuser-Busch defended transgender activist Dylan Mulvaney appearing to be used as a Bud Light spokesperson after the beer maker celebrated 365 days of girlhood, saying the pact helps authentically connect with audiences. The trans activist revealed Saturday that the beer company sent packs of Bud Light featuring the influencer's face as a way to celebrate a full year of girlhood that Mulvaney recently reached. Mulvaney said the cans were her most prized possession on Instagram with a post featuring Bud Light partner. A video then featured Mulvaney in a bathtub drinking a Bud Light as part of the campaign. The announcement, of course, was met with significant backlash, with Twitter users describing the ad campaign as yet another attempt to push gender propaganda. But the beer juggernaut believes the controversy is much ado about nothing. An Anheuser-Busch spokesperson said, Anheuser-Busch works with hundreds of influencers across our brands as one of the many ways to authentically connect with audiences across various demographics and passion points. From time to time, we produce unique commemorative cans for fans and for brand influencers like Dylan Mulvaney. This commemorative can was a gift to celebrate a personal milestone and is not for sale to the general public. The statement came after many people mocked Bud Light over the partnership. Conservative commentator John Cardillo wrote, "Who the hell at Bud Light thought it was a good idea to make a grown man who dresses like little girls their new spokesperson? Brands have to stop listening to their woke creative teams and get in touch with their consumer demographics." The Spectator contributing editor Stephen Miller remarked, "Might genuinely be the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life." Townhall.com columnist Derek Hunter joked, "Bud Light, the groomer of beers." Robbie Starbuck tweeted, "Message to the conservative families from Bud Light seems to be, we will encourage and even celebrate the erasure of men and women along with all the values you care about. They've gone totally woke. Will you ever spend your money with them now?" Ian Miles Chong wrote, "This isn't a parody. Dylan Mulvaney is now the face of Bud Light." Conservative radio host Eric Erickson wrote, "Is the Bud Light thing an April Fool's joke? I mean, it is trash beer, but given the constituent demo of Bud Light drinkers, it seems like a terrible marketing idea." Mulvaney, who recently announced a partnership with fashion design company Kate Spade, gained notoriety after interviewing President Joe Biden on transgender issues in October. During the interview, Biden revealed that he does not believe states should ban, quote, gender-affirming health care. Actress Drew Barrymore recently interviewed Mulvaney and was mocked for kneeling in front of the trans activists. Some are calling for a class action lawsuit against Anheuser-Busch by stockholders who believe that the company's social positions will cause the stock price to fall. They say a publicly traded company has the fiduciary responsibility to shareholders to initiate policies that are in the best financial interest of shareholders. Social positions have no place in business decisions. Somebody else commented, "People forget that publicly traded companies are required by law to make money for shareholders, not put a smile on the face of a dude wearing a dress." Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com, and I'll see you in the next video. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket-sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm gonna cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are gonna think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.